Well, now we're joined by Honorable Solomon Edoja, who is the political advisor to the APC Campaign Council. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Thank you and good morning.
Well, at tribunal throughout your case as well, saying you also failed to prove your case beyond reasonable doubt and upheld the victory of the Delta State governor. Are you also going to appeal that case?
Yes, very sure we're definitely going to appeal the case. But you see, it's preposterous when you see the kind of thing that is happening in the tribunal in Delta State in particular, where the grounds of objections were all dismissed against in favor of the petitioner. And you come to the ratio and say that we have lost our case. How?
Okay, on what grounds did you challenge?
We challenged because there was no election in Delta State. All they did was mere allocation. They just allocated figures to themselves and those who they are sympathizers. That's why the Labour can have 1 or 2 seats. The APC was their enemy. The APC was their target. And regrettably, I'm surprised that we are here because the constituency of this election is Delta State. And if you go to Delta State, you see that the state is yearning for change. The last 16 years has been 16 years of failed promises, and I don't see any reason why somebody in Delta with his head on his shoulder will tell us that somebody should vote to a PDP. Because the press cannot shut its eye to what is happening. They say this is a state where you have huge amount of resources coming in and yet failed promises. The last administration made a promise of 3 cardinal objective is driving force and said they are going to ensure peace and security, human capital development, infrastructure, and the rest of them. Go to Delta State, you can't move without police. It's the headquarters of kidnappers. Delta State, as we speak, spent millions of naira to build an airport, yet the airport has been downgraded. Failed roads, no water. In fact, there is no reason anybody, those who are dancing there, you saw Nancy yesterday, if you turn your camera away, they will say songs of lamentation, because they know deep down in them that they are living a life of denial because they have been denied their resources. So as we speak, there was no election in Delta State, and therefore there could not be any result. All those figures. You saw what has happened clearly shows that there was no election, because if there was an election, the result will be known generally. Both the INEC Asaba, because we now have 2 sets of INEC Asaba and INEC Abuja. Why Asaba is saying that they have no regard for the use of card reader, INEC Abuja, the headquarters, came and said, look, the card reader have been uploaded and these are the results. So it shows that those things were mere figures that were copied. And you know, in Nigeria, it's the only country where examinations are set, questions provided. If you're asked to copy, they make mistake. And that was what has happened in this. That's why you see that.
That's not entirely charitable and true.
If that's your perspective,
about Nigeria.
You want me to expatiate on that?
No, what you say it is only in Nigeria.
That questions are set, answers are provided, and as copy, they make mistake. No. Everything you see in this world, if you want to build an airport, there is a typical example somewhere. As a Nigerian man to come and copy it, you make mistake. Yes,
that's entirely not true.
Well, that's your own, but that's my perception.
No, you have made what they call a general statement.
Yes.
Which is not true charitable, because when you say it is only in Nigeria, it would seem as if, well, that's what.
I say only that you find such thing. I didn't say all Nigerians.
So sorry to cut you there. In going back to this issue, so that we can use the time that you have to look at the meat of the story, you couldn't prove your case. That's the outcome. So what did you bring before the tribunal that didn't amount to proof that you had a chance with this particular result of that election?
We brought INEC certified copy of the card reader to the court, showing that these are the figure that was accredited.
Are they the same that Mr. Turner Ogboro brought?
Yes.
The same documents?
Not the same. Not the same. We brought the one from Asaba, but I don't know what he brought. I was not privy to looking at the document.
Anyway, you said 2 INEC. So
yes.
You
now
brought INEC Asaba or INEC Abuja.
INEC Asaba then went further to contradict INEC Abuja for whatever reasons, saying that as at the time INEC Abuja uploaded, they were yet to upload. But I do know that computer are the fastest means of communication today using the internet. If by 16th of August, when it was the cutoff date and all has been downloaded, INEC Asaba is still uploading, then we need to find out what is the use of computer from an election that was conducted in April 11. And by August 12, they are still uploading. And the court relying on that to say that they are not sure if more people will not be uploaded as a reason to decide the case. Then we need to find out whether Nigeria we should throw away our computers and begin to go manual.
About INEC contradicting itself,
Yes.
as you say.
Yes.
I mean, many will also say that, after all, we've seen the last elections,
Yeah.
Professor Jega at that time, where they said they set up a committee to go to Rivers to find out whether elections held or not. They said elections held. But eventually, they got to court, and the tribunal says, no, we've seen the result these days. So can we really say, relying on certain comments until the court finally gives its ruling, which is what everybody has to abide by, the rule of law?
I think we should move away from the present arrangement where you put the onus on the part of the defendants or the petitioner to putting the onus on the part of the referee of the match, in this case INEC, to come and justify the position of those results.
Wouldn't that be chaotic? Because everybody will go to court and say, look, elections didn't hold, so you go and prove.
No, because it is more easier for INEC to come and tender. Because right now, INEC went to court, could not produce one document to say that this is the reason why we did this. Don't forget, if we rely on our electoral law, section 53 or subsection 2 of is here, it is clear that if there is any figure by INEC which contradicts the figures that they produce, that came from that unit, that unit result should be voided. So all we need to show is that the result we have in our hands, which is the 715,000 from the card reader, is far lesser than the result that declared one candidate, Okowa. Fortunately, it's my friend that declared him a winner because he came with a result that shows that he has 724,000, far above that. Only him. Whereas INEC, certified copy, submitted at the court, said the total accreditation is 715.
Which INEC?
INEC,
or
both INEC, both sides.
So they were unified.
They were unified.
All
the only caveat is that they were still uploading.
You say fortunately he's your friend. What's fortunate about it?
It's fortunate, my friend, because today I have to, say what is a fact. And the fact of the matter is what will sustain us as human beings. He knows, deep down, that is why some of the things they do, I don't agree with them, because when you do a thing out of impunity and say go to court, because that's what have happened in the case of Delta. Say, look, let us win first and then go to court. That has been the impunity, and they have carried on with this for too long. I think the court must rise above board, because this is the time to actually show whether we are going to move forward as a country or we continue to do. Because if you continue to do something over and over, you get the same result.
What you have been
and I believe that... Go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt.
Yes,
I was a bit confused.
Yes.
When I saw you earlier, I thought you were coming to represent the
PDP, yes. I'm representing them because I believe that if the PDP begin to do what is right, they will not find themselves in this mess.
You're representing the APC?
No, I'm representing good governance. I'm representing anything that is good. APC represents something good, something change. We need a change because, see, like I said, if you go to Delta, it's only for change. And you cannot...
You're a member of the APC.
Yes, I am a member and I'm an advisor to the APC. See, let me tell you.
So I think it's very important that our viewers get that clear. Because if I am
my
on the
friend,
set,
doesn't mean that...
And I'm getting a little confused.
Don't be confused at all.
It's clarified.
Yes, let me say this.
Because I knew that as of January this year, you were still a member of the PDP.
Yeah, January this year, yes. Shortly before I contested under the APC when the PDP did what they did to me. So I went to the APC. I was given a ticket. But let's not go there. That could tell all our time. It is sometime in life, nothing is wrong if you fall into a water. You get drowned. But you don't get drowned if you are able to come out. If you know that you are in a mess and you come out of it, you cannot be drowned. You can be a Paul today, and tomorrow you are a Saul today, you become Paul. You can always change situation for the better. It's always good to look for the better, and the better in this case.
But you have benefited from it if you say that that's what the PDP has been doing. If that's what it really is, you have benefited from it.
How do you define that? How do you quantify all that? You were
also a member of the House of Representatives?
No, not under the PDP.
Under what party?
Under SDP. That's then.
Okay.
Yes.
So, but you were a commissioner in the Delta State government.
Yes. That was up to 2011. When we now found out that the administration was going astray, we pulled out in 2011. Since then, I have not been with them. And of course, is it even about me or it's about the people? See,
I'm sorry.
The majority.
I'm sorry. Let me get this clear. You were not a member of the government,
yes,
but you were still a member of the PDP.
Of course.
Okay.
But don't forget, the difference between the PDP and APC is one letter word: Buhari himself. If you take away the PDP from the APC, you no longer have an APC. The same thing now that you have taken away the chunk of people that left the APC, you no longer have a PDP. What you have now is hollow. Is willing to, by the time you merge it together, it's going to collapse very soon. There is nothing left in the APC, I mean the PDP.
But you know how difficult, I mean, if you have been a member of the PDP,
yes,
you understand how difficult it would have been to remove the machinery of the PDP.
What machinery other than the people? You see, you are making the tiny 2% leadership of the place powerful.
2%?
2%. They are less than 2% because right now, no politician, no leader can move in Delta State without carrying 2 mobile police or 3 mobile police in a state that came out and said we want to ensure peace and security. No roads in Delta State. You are there, fly to Asaba, whether you can land in the airport. It shows that the people are not with you anymore. That it's a bold step I took.